Hi, my name is Brandon Kerr, and this is my audience. These days, it's hard not to drive down the road and see them. They're everywhere, and they're getting closer and closer to your home. In fact, you may have some in your house right at this very moment. Yes, that's right. I'm talking about convenience food. I'm talking about those big yellow arches, and I'm talking about the clown, the king, and the colonel's fast food. Well, today, I'm going to tell you a few facts about this industry and hopefully persuade you that these trends are directly linked to the #1 killer in America, heart disease. We've all heard it a million times, and some of us more than others. We need to exercise. But who has time for that anymore? We work too much, we have children, we have a social life, but these are all excuses we tell ourselves. America as a whole has a big problem with slowing down and enjoying the simple things in life, such as a good home-cooked meal. Yeah, it may be true, not everyone can cook, but we can learn and we can give it our best. Everyone remembers their grandma's famous pies or their dad's chicken and noodles. The problem is, nowadays, with this age of constant, perpetual daily grind, nobody has time to sit down and enjoy this. That's the #1 reason we as Americans turn to a quick fix meal to provide our families. According to ABC, on any given day, about a quarter of Americans scarf down burgers, fries, and sodas, the staple of the all-American fast food fix. The problem with this fast food fix, it's horrible for us. It's horrible for every part of our body. The truth is, it hurts us the more good it does for us. Of course, everybody has that late night craving for French fries or something. Studies have shown, though, that once in a while, eating fast food actually isn't too bad for us. Another reason this is harming us is our children. We all know that there are many health risks associated with eating fast food regularly. However, passing by those big yellow arches, gigantic playgrounds, and colorful, vibrant buildings just isn't the easiest thing to do sometimes, with the little one in the backseat screaming because little Timmy wants to get hyped up on soda and run around the playground with his new free toy. I challenge you to ask any professional health doctor about these foods. Epidemic is the word that comes to mind when they think of the facts of obesity. According to easingarticles.com, obesity affects over 60 million people in the U.S. alone. The current U.S. census is 310 million people nationwide. Let's do the math, shall we? 310 million people divided by the quarter of us buying fast food each day. That means that 77,500,000 of us are eating a cheeseburger at some point today. There's too much advertisement for the chains and not enough for the true facts of their nutrition. However, these words mean little to a multi-billion-dollar business chain with executives more powerful than the U.S. Army. If we take that 77 million people and multiply that by about the average cost of a meal, say $5 for the sake of argument, this adds up to more money in one day than most of us can dream of making in an entire year. What are the things in blind employee taste tests that make the food so enticing? High-sodium foods make us want more, and they leave us with a feeling of emptiness like we hadn't eaten anything in the first place at all. High-saturated and trans-fat foods make the food taste better on a chemical scale. High-caloric content foods make us feel bogged down and like we're in need of a nap. I don't think I even need to talk about the cholesterol facts, do I? But what do all these things mean, and what do they do to our bodies? These are all facts we must consider when thinking about tomorrow night's dinner. The idea was as simple then as it is now. As I have stated before, us Americans don't have time to sit down for a good home-cooked meal anymore. The formidable fast food foes have taken this into much consideration and designed their stores to have ready-to-eat, convenient food waiting for us at the window when we pull up. According to the CBS News Network, from 1970 just to 1980, fast food chains have more than tripled their stores, going from 30,000 in 1970 up to 140,000 in 1980. Today, there are over 50,000 individual chains just in the U.S., with McDonald's in first place with over 500,000 stores alone. The King, the Colonel, and Old McDonald have been sued time and time again for their advertisement directed at children. They run advertisement on billboards, television, radio, magazines, and once again, those big yellow arches that everybody recognizes. Regarding advertisement, according to Healthy Living, McDonald's spends on average $520 million in advertisement directly aimed at children. $350 million of this went to the promotion of toy giveaways. Okay, so by now, We all know that nutritionally, fast food is completely worthless. But what are the problems with eating it? In an article by the CDC, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, from 1976 through 1980, obesity in preschool-aged children 2 to 5 years old has increased from 5% to 10.4%. Fast food is linked to obesity, obviously. But what does this mean? A few pounds gained here and there? No, not at all. In fact, this is directly linked to many very serious health problems, including heart disease, just being one. Type 2 diabetes, dyslipidemia, polycystic ovary syndrome, sleep apnea, arthritis, Blount's disease, respiratory problems, liver, and stroke are just a few of the diseases I'm speaking of. Chances are you or your best friend probably know or even have somebody in the family that's passed from either heart disease, a number of complications regarding obesity, or unhealthy eating habits. I work as a line cook at a very fine dining establishment and know what good food is and means. If I ever have a child of my own, I hope he or she has great eating habits. In an effort to control my child, if ever, need for those bright, shiny toys and great discs of meat, I think I'll take on Anthony Bourdain's strategy by stooping to their level and simply telling them that Ronald has cooties. Ultimately, it comes down to a personal choice whether or not to eat that cheeseburger in your hand. I hope that by stating some of these facts and demographical data, that I have not only shed light on a few things that you may not have known, but have changed your mind about making dinner for your kids tomorrow night. I am just one person against an entire industry, but hopefully, if we spread the word about these institutions for creating health risks, we can slowly damage their income and just have one less clown running around our neighborhoods, enticing our children with free toys. Thank you. My name is Brandon Kerr, and once again, this is my audience.